Stay away from snake oil salesmen, or you could call them serpent oil salesmen. John Rockefeller sold snake oil, serpent oil, and passed himself off as a doctor, Dr. Bill Livingston. And yet, the snake is around the rod of the medical symbol. That snake has so many parts into everything not good. And yet, I believe that science and medicine, that it has good people in it. You just don't hear about them. But we would not be in this place where we have serpent oil salesmen selling us a line of bullshit if the roots had been weeded out of where it originated from, and it built on a solid foundation, and that solid foundation based on the real God, the biblical God. And with that comes a moral compass that would be followed. Then there wouldn't be all this experimenting on puppies and on people. Too many times throughout history, they've been experimenting on people without them knowing it. But people should pray for these people, no matter how wicked, because you have to. They chose a different path. It doesn't mean they shouldn't be judged for it. And whether they're judged in this life or not, they're going to be judged. See, I would be less afraid of going to jail if I was one of these hospital CEOs or these people involved in any of this. I wouldn't be worried about going to jail. I'd be worried about meeting my real maker, not Asclepius, the Greek god of medicine. Greek mythology is filled with so many deities. There's like a god of buildings, and these are all man-made gods. This should prove the Bible to people. Truly it should. I mean, it's the whole reason. Don't worship false idols. Don't let me, and when I say man, I don't mean just men. I'm speaking men and women. I just, instead of saying man and woman, both fall into these traps. We're all guilty of it. God wiped society out off the planet back during Noah's days and said, I'm done with it. Too much wickedness. There you go, Noah. Let's start with some good roots so that what's produced will be good. So to think we can just pick and choose when we want to follow God's teachings or live a life that is as close as we can to what Jesus taught and what God would want, to think we can just pick and choose with that, we can't. That's what a lot of people that have fallen into corruption have done. Even white lies are sin. And we're all guilty of it because we've all sinned. So we do have to pray for the wicked. Pray that maybe some of them may repent for some of this. But regardless, people shouldn't be afraid of what happens to them in this world or even be afraid of disease. What people should be more afraid of is, am I living life the right way? Do I have my priorities in line with what God would want? And am I doing my best each day, the best I can, to build a relationship with God and follow a path of God's will, not my own? Because someday we are all judged, and we will determine our own fate, really. The wise would follow the will of the true Creator, God from the Bible.